Welcome to Unsigned Heroes. I am Marty Garcia, and today I have a wonderful show planned. In fact, we've come back after a couple of weeks of hiatus, and it's fall now, and we're enjoying new hair color and new colors. And one of our very first guests this season is actually one of our crew, and he has been part of the crew for quite a while now and has participated in every show, and he is one of our assistant producers, and his name is Lenny Lavenda. Lenny, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. How's it feel to be on this side of the camera?
I'm just looking at a different picture from a different side. That's all. Instead of through a lens, looking at a monitor. So it's all good.
It's all good. All right. Well, I know you have a nice set planned, and I wanted to talk to you about how the genesis of Lenny Lavenda came to be. Where did your music background come from?
Well, it started me writing poetry, and somewhere I got the idea. Well, I have all these poems. I'll set them to music. I have yet to set a poem that I've written to music. It's always been the other way around, with the music first.
Oh, right.
With one or two exceptions where I actually started out with a whole big bunch of words and I kind of made it into a song out of it. But my sister Angela and I both got guitars like the same day, and we were, she lost interest after a little while. I never did. She went on to like playing piano and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was always with a guitar, and I've been writing songs. I hate to say how long, over 40 years.
That's awesome.
But I just never did anything with them, and I just kind of stacked them up basically. And what happened was, eventually I said, I'm getting older. I have all these songs written. I want to. One, I really don't know if anybody's going to like them or not, because it's one thing to sit in your room and write a song and say, okay, I did that one, put it aside.
Right.
So I started bringing them out, and I started getting some positive feedback. And it was never my intention to be a person that goes out and performs. I mean, I can do a bunch of covers that I know, and I can do my songs, and that's all good, and that's all fun, and I love doing it.
Right.
But it was never my initial plan to do that. It was really the songwriting. So the only thing is that if you don't bring them out yourself, you have to start at Jump Street getting other people to sing your songs. So I figured the best way to do it is play them myself, see who likes them, and then maybe somewhere down the line other people will pick up on them.
Sure.
And I'll kind of retreat if I want to, except for certain occasions.
Yeah, it's all under your control.
Yeah, it's more in my control. I never had this, think of being on stage, Yankee Stadium or something, and, millions of people. Carnegie Hall, or any of that stuff, and it was just never my thing. And the funny thing is, I talk to a lot of people who get stage fright, and I've never gotten that. I've walked out, hey, how you doing? Okay, I'm going to sing a couple songs. I played other instruments with other bands and stuff, again, kind of in the background supporting role.
Well, when I met you, you were playing violin with a band.
Yeah.
I forget the name. What was the...
Well, it was Bright Phoenix was the name
Bright
of it.
Phoenix. That was a great little band you guys had, and
Yeah.
for a while there, we also did some things together, and
Right.
with your violin, you're an accomplished violinist.
Well, what would happen is the three of us would sit down. My friend Kat, who did the hand drums, djembe and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a great act. I saw you guys on stage in North Attleboro.
And people liked us.
Yes,
And then
they
when we sat down, people, you get another person up doing like open mic and stuff, and I'd ask them if they didn't ask me. I said, "You want a little background fill with the violin?" And they said, "Sure, why not?" Or maybe, I would do that just because, it's a weird thing. I go someplace to play. I want to play all day.
Right.
I don't care if I'm sitting in a parking lot playing. I'm just in that. Okay, let's play and let's keep on playing.
Have you ever done busking out like?
I thought of it. I've never done it,
playing?
and the little bit I've seen about it is, the ordinances and all kinds of things, what you have to do or can't do and all that. And it kind of put me off a little bit.
Yeah, recently in the news, a police officer had attacked a busker in the New York
City subway, right. And they couldn't come up. He didn't know, there was no law against it.
Well, I mean, it's dangerous apparently at this point in time to be a busker.
You're taking a chance. You're definitely taking a chance.
We busked in the cities in Madrid and the different cities in Spain.
Europe is more open to that.
Europe is, and there are differences. Now after 9/11, there's been a lot of changes in public performance all over the world. But we used to do that and play around. In Texas and in Tucson, it was probably more prevalent than it is here.
Right.
It's a wonderful thing to.
I understand San Antonio is really the place to.
Yeah.
Do that kind of
It's
thing.
a lot. It's a lot easier out west. More wide open space, more
Yeah.
receptivity.
Yeah.
People aren't as hurried.
Yeah.
You know, but busking is a dangerous sport.
Well, yeah, you know.
Because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I know some people who go to Boston like every day and
Yeah.
busk there, and yeah, it's a hard life, you know. But they're
Yeah.
committed to it, and they reach out to the kindness of strangers, you know.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they're doing. So
I think even though, you know, I've seen this video, maybe you've seen it, of some, you know, concert violinist in a train station playing and people just ignoring him. Meanwhile, that same night he goes to play at Carnegie Hall, for example, and he's making like, you know, $20,000 for that one show. But people, you know, he's just sitting there playing for free and people just walking by him, walking by him, walking by him. So it's a weird kind of a how value is established. You know, he's a guy playing in a subway, playing in a train station. Well, he's just a guy playing in a train station.
but there's such a tradition of outdoor music, you know, all over the world, over the.
When I was in the army in Germany,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No,
you know,
no.
but I mean, as a capitalistic, you know, as we get more capitalistic,
right.
that's
I mean,
not
yeah,
valued.
yeah. But I remember going to little corner festivals in Germany when I was in the army, and there'd be a little oompa band or something, and maybe
Yeah.
something a little different, and just kind of spring out of nowhere.
Oompa
All of a
band.
sudden, you have these people
Love
just
that.
playing.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it's like, oh, okay, fine, you know, cool.
So you've been assistant producer for quite a while. I mean, you've taken that role on yourself and really made a difference with Unsigned Heroes. How did you get involved in the television show?
How did I get involved?
I mean, why did you get involved?
Why? I've never done it. It was interesting to me. I never saw what the production angle of television was in any way, shape, or form.
You're part of the making of Unsigned Heroes video that's going to be going up on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you're the guest
Oh, all right.
in the making of Unsigned
The making
Heroes. Yeah.
And I think being a musician helps, because I can sit back there and say, you know, sometimes I even hear the chatter back and forth, and I'm saying, no, the other guy is holding the, you know.
So you know
it's
the
just
angles and things, because you're behind the camera.
Right.
So you're looking at the artist from the artist's point of view.
Trying to,
Right,
you know,
right.
so it makes sense, you know, what they're doing, you know.
Right.
So why close up, do a close up for one particular thing? I mean, I get the instructions, so I don't get to choose. I'm not producing that way. You know,
Right.
it's the booth that's doing that, but I'll make suggestions. You know,
Right.
I think here maybe this would be good if we did a close up this spot or whatever.
Exactly.
So.
Well, I think we've talked enough. I'd really love to hear your original stuff that you prepared.
Okay.
And tell us about, do you have aspirations to put a recording together, or do you want to?
I've told this joke, you know, that I was at an open mic, a place called the Mediator Stage
Yes.
in Providence.
Yeah.
Don Tessone runs that. Great open mic.
Beautiful church. Oh my goodness.
It's a very strange. I went upstairs once. It's just like almost like a half a. So spooky upstairs. It's weird.
Really, I've never been upstairs.
Yeah, I mean,
oh no, I have. There's a restroom up there.
It's very spooky. I don't know why, because
haunted.
it's just a balcony looking down on the
Right.
rest of it. All of a sudden, it's a whole different air up there. But I was on stage once, and everybody's getting up there saying, "Well, I have a CD out, and I have a, you know, I have this out and that out." And I finally got up and say, "Well, I am," and in a way, I am. Yeah, I'm working on a CD for like the last 40 years. It started off as a wax cylinder, and then it was an album, and then it was a. And I apologize to everybody who died, but
Oh,
I've
my.
gotten as far now as I actually have everything I need in my apartment to start doing it. Do I have the little monitor speakers? I have the, you know, the digital audio workstation software. I have the computer set up. So now it's just a question
Cool.
of
Well,
doing
we'll get
it.
you some YouTubes too.
That'd be cool.
All right. Well, Lenny LaVenda on Unsigned Heroes. Enjoy. Thank you.
Well, I was supposed to dedicate one to Emily, so I guess this is it. So I don't forget, Emily. This is No Change of Heart. I know sometimes you've got the wandering eye. And I know I'm not the handsomest guy. These changes come to us all when we get older. You've changed some too, but my love has not grown colder. When I see young couples in the park, I smile to think how we've changed since then. But there's been no change of heart. Young lovers think they invented the thing, but we know love doesn't just bloom in the spring. Those secret places where they hold their rendezvous, were discovered years ago by me and you. And I know there's no sense living in the past, but back then it seemed like love was built to last from the start, and with no change of heart. Sometimes you've got the wandering eye, so you should know, darling, sometimes so do I. She writes me novels, I'm still planning to read. I promise her love songs she has yet to receive. Some days and tomorrows is all she's ever gotten from me, and I don't know why, but she believes in me. Now I write her letters, each one sealed with a kiss, but the mail can't deliver my touch or tenderness. nor the long caresses, or the sweet love I know she must miss, and I don't know why, but she believes in me. Now she deserves better than anything I've ever sent her way. But we're star-crossed and time lost is the one thing I just can't repay. Well, maybe someday. Now I know she's waiting for me in her lonely room, and I know she's tired of hearing me say I'll be home soon. But someday or tomorrow I'll be the man she wants me to be, and till then I believe she believes in me. Yes, she believes in me. Okay. What song do I want to do next? Okay, let's get out of the soft, mushy mode here for a minute. I write songs in a lot of different genres, some which are not suitable for one guy with a guitar, but I do like to hit the edges sometimes, and here's one of those, a song called Kill Your Man. Let me down easy. Let me down, soft as you can. Tell me lies, try and hide the facts now. But I've been made wise. You can't cover your tracks now. I've never been a violent man, never liked to hurt no one. But if you follow through with what you plan to do, I'm gonna play my part too. I'm gonna have to kill your man. Collect your things. You can take these love letters, all your love you forever. Tell me how someday I'll feel better. Is that your new man waiting in the driveway? Such a sweet, sneaky flyway. Tell him soon, someday things go my way. I don't care what happens. I got more.
You got more? Well, I've got a request.
Okay.
When we were warming up earlier, and you said that this song you weren't going to play, would you be willing to play that for us?
Sure.
What was the name of that song?
Talk to me.
And is that original?
Yeah, everything I'm going to do is original. Yeah.
Tonight, very nice. Okay, well, let's hear Talk to Me.
All right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that song?
A lot of my songs.
I thought you were actually singing to me. I know you were.
Right.
I mean, we were like getting ready, so I felt like it was so conversational.
Well, it is conversational. Some part of it I don't sing. I just talk. It's meant to be a conversation of the song. So it's just. I don't know where all my songs come from. There's a song I'm doing a bit called Foreign Made Car that basically started with a woman driving by me in a foreign made car. That was it. And a whole songs came out of that. So that's just how I write songs sometimes.
Cool.
I mean, some are very deliberate for some things.
Right.
Have
you ever involved with any songwriters associations or?
No, I was going to join the Rhode Island songwriting, but I just never did. And I did a workshop once in Bristol by some guy from Nashville, all that kind of stuff. That was interesting, I told him how one song started off with an idea that didn't become a song until 10 years later. He said he'd be out of business if he, wrote songs that slow. I said, well, I didn't have a time clock I was punching. So.
Right, exactly.
So.
And he sort of did.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like, people call him up and say, hey, can you come down to the studio and write a song? Clock's ticking,
Right, right.
And he can do that, and that's great.
That's tangible. That's awesome.
But, I mean, I've once written a song like 45 minutes before someone wanted one, just because. But I can do that sometimes. I'm not going to say I can do it all the time.
Right. So tell me, what is Talk to Me about?
It's about.
How'd you write that?
I really don't have an answer for that. It's just one of those. I have a lot of songs just kind of start out of nowhere. It starts with. I don't think that one started so much with the melody, but it came with the concept.
Right.
Well,
we can't wait to hear it. So
well, all right.
Let's tear it up, Lanny Lavenda on Unsigned Heroes.
All right, thanks. What's the matter, babe? Your light's on late, but I know it's just you in there, babe. I see you almost every day, but you seem so distant and just won't say just what the matter is, babe. Are you still thinking of the times of old, when girls were shy, men so bold? Please forget them. And another lonely week goes by, but to you it feels like ages. And in the diary at your bedside is just another 7 empty pages. Talk to me. You need a friend you can depend on for some company. Talk to me, girl. You need a lover, I'll help you discover all the love that you need. Spent some long, lonely nights with her head in her hands, and tears were crying, because in those days it wasn't right for a woman to ask for what a man might demand. Times always change, not how we feel inside. Are you still waiting for that handsome prince met in a dream. Ain't seen since. Let me play his part, babe. The stars that shine brightly in the sky are nothing that you can't be. And if you need help to climb that high, well, babe, it's fine by me. And if you need love, talk to me. You need a friend you can depend on for some company. Talk to me, babe. You take a chance, let sweet romance show you what love can be. And if another lonely week goes by and to you it feels like ages, and in the diary at your bedside is still another 7 empty pages, talk to me. Just turned 16. My mom and I were tossed out on the street. Dear old dad had already made his retreat. When you're homeless, your friends don't want to see you no more. 'Cause your new place is under the stairs that lead to their door. This northeast town ain't got no soul. This northeast town, when you're out in the cold, this northeast town just kicks you around. And there's no love to be found in this northeast town. So I enlisted. I figured I'd be doing alright. But when I returned, those battlefield dreams kept me up all night. Did my best to re-enter society, but trained to kill doesn't look good on a resume. This northeast town has the ways and means. Northeast town, make or break your dreams or empty home. Every homeless man tells me again, doing all you can. Someone show me the plan for this northeast town. And then there's Jim. He just got out of the joint. Got in a fight in a bar. But that isn't really the point. Did his time, got a job, now he's working for himself. He's fed. But he's living outdoors because he failed his landlord background check. This northeast town got no place to stay if you're working for the minimum wage mom with their kids. to be found in this northeast town. She drove a foreign-made car with out-of-state plates, driving through my little town like it was an interstate. You know she should have slowed down, but she just couldn't wait. The driver had the kind of looks that make me stop and salivate. You know I didn't know her name, but I sure wanted a date with the driver of the foreign car with out-of-state plates. From some big city store, and her hair was done in a style I'd never seen before. Now the women stared at her, but the fellas, we stared more. Everybody was wondering what she was in town for. See, it's just a small town and couldn't relate to a foreign-made car with out-of-state plates. Hot router kept her foot to the floor, did some donuts in my driveway, then she popped open the door. She said, hop in, son, this little town's a bore. I didn't stop and think twice, I just jumped in and shut the door. As I watched my small town in the mirror getting smaller, I said, should I buckle up? She said, boy, I wouldn't bother. Soon we pulled over, thought we ran out of gas, or maybe she was making room for some big truck to pass. But the next thing I know, we were both rolling in the grass. I think she's done this before, the way it happened so fast. Now deep in my heart, I just knew it couldn't last, but I didn't say nothing. We were having a Well, in a couple of days, she dropped me off at some diner. I watched her tail lights heading for the Carolinas. Now I couldn't go home, see I was a changed man. Now hitching high across country became my game plan. But I won't hop in any car that comes my way, only foreign-made cars without state plates. That's right, you won't catch me in a truck with no chicken, that's for sure. Me, I got to be styling in a car that keeps me smiling. Thanks for the offer of a lift, but I'll just sit here and wait for a foreign-made car without a state plate. And that was foreign-made car. Another song that I wrote based on a sentence somebody said. Somebody I knew, and I said, I got to go, and say, well, it's a shame you got to leave now kind of thing. It sounds like nothing. But to a person with songwriting on the brain, it becomes a whole song. One of my more lighter, fluffier kind of things. Don't be sad about the times we're not together. Just be glad that when we are, life's so much better. I see your tears, though you bravely tried to hide them. Come sit by me. know just how to dry them. Let me kiss away those raindrops on your cheek. And in the language of the heart that need not speak, say don't be sad. La, da, da, da. 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 La, da, da. We've got time, though it feels like it's now or never. Time can't confine a love that lasts forever. Yes, life's unfair to promise and not deliver. So let's defy fate and show it we're no quitters. And it may not be this day or the next, but with a true trust in ourselves, we'll get there yet. So don't be sad. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Let's write our song. Your pretty eyes can be the music. I'll write the words. I think I love you ought to do it. Our beating hearts will never lose the rhythm. But if I skip a beat, may I please be forgiven. And in those times we're not sharing the same space, we can recall the melody of our last embrace. So don't be sad. Don't be sad about the times we're not together, 'cause I'm always glad that when we are, life's so much better. La, da, da, da. La, da, da, da.
What are you going to do? It's Marty, okay? I just wanted to give the website, and we have a really cool website now, and it's unsignedheroestv.com, where we have all the episodes up there, and a lot of pictures and bios and things of the staff and the crew. And I wanted to welcome our new camera person, Michael, on board, and Ryan is here, Batman, and Lenny, of course, who is our guest tonight, which we're really happy to have him. And I want to thank Tyler Brown as our director, and Adam Helmer is on sound, and he's running 2 soundboards, and of course Emily and the entire Double ACS staff has been very supportive in our endeavor to do Unsigned Heroes pure music TV for the contemporary cable access station that Double ACS is, and for the YouTube channel that we broadcast on YouTube, which is Marty Music. And also you can check out Unsigned Heroes on Facebook, and it's facebook.com Unsigned Heroes TV. So on the Unsigned Heroes Facebook page, you can link to us, you can send us a message, and if you're interested in becoming an Unsigned Hero and come on the show, talk to me through the Facebook page, or you can just check out any one of the avenues that are available, such as contacting the station or the YouTube channel comments as well. So thank you for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for helping out, and I especially want to thank my guest, Lenny Venda, for having the courage to come up here and play his original music, which we're enjoying it very much so. And Lenny, I just want to thank you for being on the show.
My pleasure.
And can you have a couple of more songs you can bring us out with?
I do. Some folks would mistake her for Amish or Quaker. Her style was both plain and severe. She spent some years dating, but most of them waiting for the right man to appear. So in the right season, and for all the wrong reasons, in a quaint little chapel she wed. But deep in her heart, at the till death do us part, she wished she was already dead. Yes, she wished she was already dead. Into her local Walmart she came pushing her car. I greeted her at the front door with 2 kids in tow. She pretended not to know she was all housewife, translation born. Well, call it a mistake, but I quickly took my break. Went and found her from her kids trying to hide, and with eyes that were teary and a look so world weary, she said, I've got a secret I just must confide. She said, I always wanted fairy tale life, to be a princess with a prince by my side. But that dream's been turning, and now I'm yearning to be Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde. Yes, she said Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde. Well, I put fate to the test, tossed off my blue vest, gently grasped her sultan. I said it's now or never, timing won't get better. Let's you and I go on the lam. She sighed, no, it's no use, we're not even introduced. But she brightened and her tears quickly dried. I said there's no time to lose, take a chance, what will you choose? She said, hi, I'm Bonnie. I said, just call me Clyde. Well, we blazed through a few states, sorely tested our fates. All in all, had a pretty good run. We never were caught. What we needed tail got took back by her foes, I went back to the store. And with the year nearly past, she came back in at last with her 2 children and 1 child more. A baby she seemed to adore. Now she still doesn't have a fairy tale life, but for now she seems satisfied. With 3 kids in tow, 2 girls, both in bow.